How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. First of all, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on making to Shanghai. It was a long game, and how?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the game?
Thoughts on the game?
Yeah,
I just had like 30 heart attacks, man.
yeah,
It was some of the best and the worst Valorant I ever seen from my team.
yeah,
And it was a battle of like grit and grind and resilience. And I'm
yeah,
glad my boys pulled it through.
yeah. I mean, throughout the split, it was a bit of a struggle for G2 to close out the games. You always have like even today you had three like it like I was watching Tarek's team and everyone was there and they were saying like this should have been a 4-0, not just a 3-0
Yeah.
because you we are always in the lead and it has always been the case with G2. You guys get up
Yeah.
solid leads and just have trouble closing out. What do you think the issue is there?
It's just, it really comes down to just pressure
Yeah,
and learning to deal with pressure. And, this squad, um, the core has been from the last year, and
yeah,
we were really good under pressure last year,
yeah,
and we were able to close out those advantageous rounds constantly.
yeah,
And that was a testament to the players and the totality of that team with Tex and Net, along with Jonah, P, Valyn, and Trent. Now with
yeah,
like the new additions, some of the understandings of like how we want to play those situations kind of fall off in those moments.
yeah,
Um, and like when you're pressured and you're nervous like that, like you don't really have a good sense of like time, and
yeah,
sometimes like it's hardest to get that situational awareness. So a lot of what I've been focusing on is having the dead players communicate more, just
yeah,
trying to inform the players alive, like, yo, this is the situation, it's a 2v1, you got time on your side or what have you. um and so yeah, I mean, that's been the bane for us, trying to
yeah,
close out like those leads. And we felt that again today.
yeah,
But I think with this win, this is like a turnaround for us. At least like a lesson learned where we can grind this out, guys. Like we can like take the mistakes, be okay with it, and still perform the next round and
yeah,
the next round. And we just try to mental reset as much as we can. Because like the guys would, when they let a lead slip, they would just feel worse and worse.
yeah,
And I tried my best to get them out of that like mental. So um honestly, props to Valyn for his leadership.
yeah,
I asked a lot for him these past couple of days to like try to step up and try to enable the
yeah,
players more, because they're everyone's nervous, man. So it's
yeah,
just all about leadership at that moment.
yeah. Talking about Valyn, since you mentioned him, he had absolutely banger of a game,
Yeah.
101 kills as an IGL. Like also he talked about how he helped IC this performance.
Mm.
What are your thoughts on him helping you and the team and overall his role as an IGL? Can you like reflect on it a little bit?
Yeah. So um something that like I took away from the 100 Thieves game in the upper finals was that like in those moments where we're letting the lead slip
Yeah,
and we're like under a heavy pressure,
yeah,
um the players will look to Valen to make the right calls and lead
yeah,
them. And sometimes like as a young leader, you shy away from that responsibility.
yeah,
So it's all about telling him like, hey, we have to step up there. Like we have to
yeah,
step up. I know it's really hard, but call out names, tell them what to do, and get them in the flow, put them in the right position to succeed. So Jacob wasn't by his own admission like not having the best game. And not everyone's gonna have the best game, right? So it's just up to the IGL and like all of us to try to help that one person that's not having a good game,
yeah,
and just get him into good positions. And then once he's got that flow state, like
yeah,
then you can, let go, right?
yeah,
So it's a little micromanagement until like he feels comfortable about the round, and then you just let go.
yeah. uh, Going back to the game, Icebox. I think Icebox was the. I think I thought that this after Icebox loss, you guys might lose it because it was just. I don't know what it was. It was not really like you guys were missing anything. It's just the last two rounds just went their way, and
Yeah.
it was just pure. I don't know. I can't even put into words what the rounds were, and it felt like G2 might not come back from it. Then what did you guys talk about in the break before Lotus that you can close out the game?
I mean, like we lost a 3v1. That was like, how did we lose that 3v1? We lost so
Yeah,
many like these rounds, like, and they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
like won those clutches. Um, what I talked about was like, hey, like I told him straight, like we are better than this team.
Yeah.
It's just we're just missing these details near the end, right? And it's all about like trying to reset your focus onto the next game and just believing in like how we play again
Yeah.
and not let those past mistakes cloud your mind. So it's for me, it's just me telling them like, hey, just think about the next game. So I started talking about um like how we should adjust, like the game plan, and just
Yeah.
like have them think about the next thing. Because if they start thinking about Icebox and how we lost that, like I feel like their mental will be crushed, right?
Yeah.
So it's again, like the players did a great job in trying to reset. They were
Yeah.
all hyping each other up, like, yo, we had that, we had that, we just messed up a few rounds. Let's get this next one.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Are there any major adjustments you would have to make before facing 100 Thieves tomorrow?
Um I think they were good at identifying like some of our plays and setups. They
Yeah.
did a lot of good prep work, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes we give away too much space.
Yeah.
Lev kind of abused a little bit of that, where they did a lot of contact plays and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's all about like trying to identify the style that 100 Thieves likes to run,
Yeah.
um, and then adjusting for it. And
Yeah.
then they're gonna adjust again, and just making live adaptations is so important
Yeah.
in this game of just like
Yeah.
how they want to approach a certain space in the
Yeah.
game. So uh, that's gonna be the main reminders for me to the players, because
Yeah.
honestly the prep work was already done in the
Yeah.
first 100 Thieves
Yeah.
matchup. Now they have the veto advantage, I believe,
Yeah.
up in the grand
Yeah.
final.
They do.
So yeah, we're gonna have to cook something up,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I mean, you would have to play a sunset for the first time, probably, given they don't,
Yeah,
they like to play sunset. So best of luck for
yeah.
them.
I mean, I don't think their sunset's good though. So
Yeah.
like, we'll see.
We'll
We'll
see.
see.
We'll see. Well, one good thing about G2 throughout this playoff run has been the ability to shut down star fraggers. First, you did with
Hmm.
Cloud9 and Oxy, who Oxy was on a roll and you just shut him down. Then you did with Kesnet, and now with Aspas, and three of them were topping the charts in terms of pure fragging potential. How do you guys do it every time?
It's just playing team Valorant, just
Yeah,
going together, making sure they don't have opportunities. A lot of these teams aren't as disciplined, and that's funny for me to say because we were so undisciplined in some of these moments.
yeah,
But it's just trying to be disciplined in all stages throughout the round, right?
yeah,
The opening stage to the mid round and like the closing moments to the post plants and whatnot.
yeah,
Um, and just make it harder for like anybody on that team. It's not just the star duelist, right?
yeah,
It's just for everybody. Like we want
yeah,
more numbers on their screen than our screen,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
I want to 2v1 them as much as I can. So
yeah,
it's just a numbers game and making sure they don't have good opportunities that can just get free kills. So
yeah. Yeah.
yep.
Also, that what also obviously is another story of that playoffs would be you would play all the days the playoffs has been on. You played on the
Yeah.
first day, second day, third day, and this means you might get fatigue, especially after today's series. It was. I think it is. It. I think this was the longest series I have watched. I don't remember any series going to like two overtimes and then almost last round in every other map. So how would you manage it? Like, do you think players would be fatigued a lot? And then
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna call it, for the players, like they're not gonna do anything, additional meetings or anything. I just want them to recover.
yeah,
As for coaches, me and my assistant coach, we got a long day or long night ahead of us.
yeah.
I mean, that's how it is. Like I've been only sleeping like 5 hours a night, maybe, you know,
Yeah,
just trying to get as much as like watch as many VODs and just preparing as much as I can. It's really tough.
yeah,
Fortunately, we did a lot of work going into the 100 Ds game,
yeah,
so it should apply. But still, like I think we just got to recover, make
yeah,
sure like we can reset.
yeah. I think we talked during the preseason. You said that you want to see G2 at least in the top four, if not like winning everything. And now you are in the top four. You are qualified
Yeah.
for Shanghai. How are you feeling? Just what are your thoughts about your
Um.
your team and your performance itself? You are very crucial for any a coach is crucial for any team's performance. And props to you. The team looks really nice, especially I think the Cloud9 game.
Mhm.
I G2 had sites free for like every time they entered, they said it was free. So props to you. And once again, congratulations for Shanghai and best of luck
Yeah.
also. Yeah. Can you just talk
Thank you.
about your journey?
Oh, the journey. It it's always a process, you know, and it's all
Yeah.
about like me as a head coach. It's about seeing the big vision.
Yeah.
Um, and trust me, there's a lot of doubts and naysayers, and obviously the public doesn't like view us as high, and
Yeah.
even the players start questioning like the process of like how
Yeah.
we were supposed to get better.
Yeah.
Um, and you know, it's just having that belief in the work I've done,
Yeah.
and belief in the players,
Yeah.
and being patient.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be like this early. I
Yeah.
thought we would start getting a lot better in split two,
Yeah.
based on how the early part of the split went.
Yeah.
Right, like when we lost, we would beat some of the lower tier teams, but we would lose to the better teams. Like
Yeah.
I thought like, okay, there's a little bit of a gap. We got to get to work.
Yeah.
Um, but then we got into playoffs,
Yeah.
and I had a lot of hard conversations with the players
Yeah.
just to speed it up. You know, and I'm happy when we went through this battle
Yeah.
with Lev. It's
Yeah.
just it speeds up our process of getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the next big thing would be Shanghai. Obviously tomorrow is important, but we all know that Shanghai is much more important. And one a crucial thing about Shanghai would be the Viper nerf. I
Hmm.
I don't exactly know if it's sitting or not, but it's just like even if we follow the 2 week rule thing, it might come. That would mean that almost every team has to change their comp. What are your thoughts on the nerf, and would you think it would impact the meta as much?
I think this nerf is very similar to how I view Riot nerfing like Jet or Fade.
Yeah.
Some of these agents that are generally very strong.
Yeah.
They defined a lot of metas.
Yeah.
Um, and if you saw like how the Jet nerf went or the Fade nerf went, it
Yeah.
limited some of its power,
Yeah.
but the best players are still able to use it because it's still a very strong agent.
Yeah.
And like you still see Jet being played, right?
Yeah.
I think in a similar fashion, I think Viper will be still be played because it's the only agent that can do what it does.
Yeah.
It's a passive. It's a Sentinel like controller with an ability that has a wall that goes up and down at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Um, until that gets nerfed, then I still think it'll see some play.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think I should let you go because it's already been 10 minutes and we have been talking, and we'll talk later maybe when it's you have more time on your hands. For once again, congratulations on the win. Best of luck for tomorrow. Best of luck at Shanghai, and have a great night.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
for this interview. I
Yeah.
always enjoy it.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah. You too.